This fight is being...
Can't even see who it is. Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there is why Gervonta Davis fights don't go the distance.
Tank Davis is preparing for what could be one of the biggest fights of his career, taking on Lamont Roach on March 1st. If you've seen his recent training videos, you can tell he's not just getting ready for another match, he's focused on showing off his incredible speed, power, and precision. Fans have been impressed by what they've seen, and it's clear why. Tank is pushing himself both physically and mentally to make sure he stays undefeated in the ring.
I run in the morning. If I don't, I run at night. Train probably like 2 or 3. If I want to do something again, I train at night. Or I run. And that'll be it. But when I'm in camp, I really don't...
Overall for both men, but again, it's the
constant threat of the knock.
The training videos Tank Davis has been sharing lately are impressive, showcasing his incredible hand speed that has fans questioning how anyone could keep up with him in the ring. But it's not just about speed. Tank's discipline, footwork, and sharp boxing IQ make him a formidable opponent for anyone, including Lamont Roach. His training routine is unlike any other fighter's. It's a well-thought-out, structured plan that pushes his body, strengthens his mind, and prepares him for every challenge he'll face in the fight. Tank's day begins early at 4:30 a.m. He starts by hydrating, knowing how important it is to replenish his body first thing. A simple glass of water is his first step. After that, he spends about 15 minutes stretching and doing yoga. These movements help him prepare physically and mentally for the day ahead. Tank understands that
to the body by Garcia. And Davis responds with a straight left.
Mental focus is just as key as physical training, so he takes this time to clear his mind and focus on the big fight coming up. He doesn't rush through this, he knows the value of mentally gearing up before diving into his intense training. By 5:30 a.m., Tank is ready for a balanced breakfast that fuels his body for the day ahead. He eats 6 egg whites, oatmeal with bananas and honey, and a protein shake. This meal isn't thrown together, it's been carefully planned with his trainer and nutritionist to make sure he gets the right mix of protein, carbs, and healthy fats. The oatmeal provides lasting energy, while the
good job of feinting by Davis and able to pull counter.
Eggs give him protein to help repair muscles after training. The bananas and honey offer a quick energy boost, and the protein shake helps feed his muscles after a night of rest. At 6 a.m., Tank hits the road for his first training session of the day, a 5.5-mile run. But this isn't just a casual jog. Tank pushes himself hard, switching between sprints, hill runs, and trail running. Each type of run targets different parts of his conditioning. The sprints build explosive power, hill runs focus on stamina and endurance, and trail...
Davis looking to let him to lead right hook there, pops the jab, and again tags Garcia.
Running strengthens his mental toughness because it's unpredictable and challenging.
Obviously he's a superstar, but just because it's who he is, this don't change no program that I got going on. I'm here to win, I've been coming to win, and I think the same result will happen on December the 14th.
Tank embraces the challenges of uneven terrain during his runs, knowing it helps build focus and balance. He pushes himself to the limit, understanding that every step brings him closer to his goal of being the best in the ring. He runs without any distractions, no music, no outside noise, just the sound of his feet hitting the pavement and his own focus driving him forward. These runs aren't just about physical endurance, they're also about strengthening his mind. By the end, Tank has not only worked his body but also strengthened his mental toughness for the day ahead.
Hard to counter.
By 8 a.m., Tank is back in the gym, ready to dive into serious boxing training. He starts with shadow boxing, working for at least 3 rounds to fine-tune his technique, footwork, and form. Tank doesn't just go through the motions, he focuses on each punch and movement, making sure everything is sharp and precise. After shadow boxing, he moves on to the speed bag, double-end bag, and heavy bag. These tools are essential for improving his hand speed, accuracy, and punch power. His ability to throw fast combinations, something fans have seen in training videos, is one of his greatest strengths, and this part of his routine is key to keeping that speed.
In a linear position, and can at times expose his chin doing so.
Tank doesn't stop with boxing training. He moves on to jump rope exercises for 15 minutes, which help build his footwork and agility. While jumping rope might seem simple, it's one of the best ways to boost stamina, coordination, and foot speed. These quick movements help Tank stay light on his feet, allowing him to dodge punches and close the distance on his opponents. By 11 a.m., Tank shifts to strength and conditioning. It's not just about boxing technique, he's also focused on building the muscle and power needed to make his punches even stronger.
The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters.
Cautious approach early. Even Davis said, I don't want to walk into something, and neither does Garcia.
Tank's strength training includes key exercises like deadlifts, squats, and pull-ups to build full-body strength. These movements are designed to make him stronger, faster, and more explosive in the ring. He also focuses on his core with exercises like medicine ball throws and rotational movements, which help develop power in his punches. These explosive movements train his body to deliver maximum force with every strike. Tank's strength training is all about boosting his physical power so that when he lands a punch, it has the knockout potential to end the fight. After his strength training, Tank focuses on recovery. He uses ice baths to reduce muscle soreness and inflammation, and he gets regular massages to keep his muscles loose and flexible. Tank knows that recovery is just as important as the training itself, so he's careful to keep his body in top shape. He also stretches throughout the day to stay flexible and prevent injuries. By 4 p.m., it's time for his second cardio session. This isn't just about maintaining his weight or conditioning. Tank uses this session to boost his endurance even further.
Under a minute left in the first, both quality counter punchers, Abner.
Tank keeps his cardio sessions fresh by mixing in swimming, biking, rowing, and circuit training with bodyweight exercises. This variety prevents his body from getting too used to one movement and also boosts his cardiovascular fitness, which is key for lasting through all the rounds in a fight. Tank knows that no matter how strong he is, he needs the endurance to stay powerful in the later rounds. Sparring is another important part of Tank's training, and he does it 3 times a week. These sessions help him refine his technique and sharpen his skills against an opponent. Unlike other training, sparring simulates what he'll face in the ring. His training team makes sure each session is intense and focused, targeting specific areas for improvement. Tank also reviews video footage of his sparring and training to analyze his performance, helping him spot any weaknesses and fix them before the big fight.
Garcia has knockouts in 6 of his last 7 fights, including over Javier Fortuna.
In the evenings, Tank focuses on his mental preparation. He knows that boxing isn't just about physical strength, it's also about mental toughness. Every day, he practices techniques like visualization, meditation, and mental coaching to get himself into the right mindset for a fight. Tank imagines every moment of the fight, from the first round to the final bell, and works on staying calm under pressure, managing stress, and dealing with the mental challenges of being a pro fighter. He understands that having the right mindset can make all the difference. At the end of the day, Tank makes sure to wind down and get the proper rest his body needs. He prioritizes getting at least 8 hours of sleep each night so his body can recover and repair. He also stays on top of his active recovery and joint health to keep his body in peak condition. Before bed, Tank checks in with his team to ensure everything is set for his fight against Lamont Roach.
Pops the jab, and again tags Garcia.
Yeah, he didn't overcommit it.
Tank's intense training has left fans in awe. Many have been blown away by his incredible hand speed and overall skill. One fan simply wrote, "Incredible," while another said, "He's on another level." It's clear that Tank is fully prepared for the challenge ahead, and with the way he's training, it's hard to imagine anyone stopping him. Fans are already predicting that the fight between Tank and Roach might not last long, and based on Tank's preparation, they could be right. Tank is bringing his best to this fight, and it's sure to be an exciting one to watch. The online back and forth between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. is heating up as their fight approaches. What started as a digital rivalry has now turned into a full-blown drama, adding plenty of excitement to the build-up. Initially, fans weren't too excited when the fight was first announced, but the intense exchanges between the two have sparked renewed interest, making it one of the most talked-about matchups in recent weeks.
I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking shit about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together.
And in that fight, he dropped Fortuna 3 times.
The drama started a week ago when Lamont Roach, looking to get under Tank's skin, made a bold statement suggesting that Tank needed to spar with heavier opponents to prepare for their fight. Roach's comment seemed to question Tank's readiness and implied that the WBA lightweight champion might be in over his head. Roach clearly wanted to stir things up, but Tank wasn't having it. True to his style, Tank didn't waste time with words. Instead, he promised to let his fists do the talking in the ring. Roach quickly realized he had pushed too far, as Tank's sharp response left him with nothing more to say.
No one's been able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're gonna execute it, and we're gonna get the
Move that head, bob and weave, bob and weave.
Wanted to make sure he got into the TV show. And at one point he turned around to his whole gym because everybody was doing other things.
For a week, it seemed like the trash talk had cooled off, but it was clear the rivalry wasn't over. Lamont couldn't resist stirring things up again, and this time, he did it just before a major NFL game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Washington Commanders. As usual, Roach took a jab at the Ravens, but the conversation quickly shifted to his fight with Tank. A fan jumped in, throwing some shade at Roach by commenting, "We're whipping DC for the rest of the year, Ravens today, Tank in March." The fan was clearly predicting that Roach would be defeated by Tank, adding fuel to the fire of their rivalry.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. Yeah,
don't bring them.
It's gonna be a party on your floor.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. His father was up here shaking.
Lamont, proud of his DC roots, wasn't going to let it slide. He tried to save face with a bold reply, saying, "This is different over here." However, his attempt to turn things around quickly backfired. Tank didn't miss a beat, firing back with, "Yeah, you asking for it?" The sharpness of Tank's response caught Roach off guard, and instead of continuing the back and forth, Roach could only reply with a helpless emoji. It was clear that Tank wasn't backing down, and this exchange only highlighted the growing tension as their fight drew nearer.
When the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'ma beat his ass.
Floyd Mayweather wanted to make sure he got into the TV show. And at one point,
Lamont's bad day didn't end with the online trash talk. It also lined up with a tough loss for his Washington Commanders in their Week 6 NFL matchup against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens came out on top with a 30-23 victory, thanks in part to Lamar Jackson's big performance that tore apart Washington's defense. On top of that, Derrick Henry scored 2 touchdowns, making it an even worse day for Roach. It was a hard Sunday for Lamont, not just from the back and forth online, but also because his team was outplayed by the Ravens. This only added fuel to the fire, making the already intense build-up to his fight with Tank even more heated.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9th?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling you, you saying you going down in a night?
By the guard of Davis, and again Davis on.
At first, fans weren't too excited about the matchup between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, but the drama unfolding online has added a new level of intrigue. With the fight set for March 1st, the buzz is starting to grow, even if slowly. Fans have always expected Tank to win, thanks to his flawless record, but Roach's insistence on making this a competitive fight, along with his bold social media exchanges, has made it feel like more than just another easy victory for Davis. As the fight draws closer, Roach has promised to bring his best performance and show the world why he deserves this chance.
Would you consider you and Gervonta friends?
Friends? Probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay.
The fight between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach is set for the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, and it's expected to be a pivotal moment in both fighters' careers. While most of the boxing world still views Tank as the clear favorite, Roach has used his bold online statements and antics to change the narrative. What was once seen as a one-sided match is now shaping up to be a much more exciting showdown. Fans who were initially indifferent to the fight are now curious, wondering if the trash talk will live up to the action in the ring.
Yes, indeed, man. I've watched a few of your amateur fights, right? I didn't know that you and Tank fought many years ago as well, man. And
even Davis said, I don't want to walk into something, and neither does Garcia.
Under a minute left.
While the main event is grabbing attention, it's the undercard where things are really heating up. With the addition of several high-profile fights, the entire card is becoming much more than just a title bout. Fans are particularly excited for the return of former WBC middleweight champion Jermall Charlo, who's making his comeback after a long break. He's set to face Thomas Lamana, and his performance could be a crucial step in rebuilding his career in the middleweight division. But the real excitement on the undercard is the highly anticipated rematch between Stephen Fulton and Brandon Figueroa. Their first fight was a classic, and fans are eager to see how this second meeting plays out. The rivalry between them has been building for a while, and the stakes are high for both fighters.
How much you want back? How much you want to bet? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back? How much you want back? Just call it out. Huh? 100? That's a bet. What's your name? Al, where you from?
The excitement continues to build with David Benavidez featured in the co-main event, where he'll face Jesse Hart. Benavidez is one of the brightest stars in boxing right now, and his fight with Hart is expected to be action-packed. With so many exciting matchups on the undercard, it's clear this event will offer much more than just the Tank vs. Roach fight. The entire night is shaping up to be a thrilling experience, and fans are already buzzing about what's to come.
Pressure. You know, jabs are not going to be a factor in terms of landing punches.
Gervonta Davis is looking in top form as his fight approaches, with his weight already near his fighting limit. His physique stands out compared to fighters like Ryan Garcia, who often appears closer to a welterweight during camp before cutting down to 135 pounds. Tank, on the other hand, is a natural lightweight, and there's no sign of him using extreme methods to cut weight. However, an interesting development has raised some questions. Tank's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, has been notably absent from recent training camps. While there's no official word on whether they've parted ways, it has sparked curiosity about the dynamics of Tank's camp as the big fight nears.
yeah, man, I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's wife, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's going to say, I want all those guys. And they're going to go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's going to say, who do you want next? He say, I want all the guys. This is a pretty much Tank's.
Leonard Ellerby, who has worked closely with Gervonta Davis, shared his thoughts on how Tank's perspective on boxing has evolved, especially since becoming a father. In a recent interview, Ellerby explained that having children changes everything, offering a new outlook on life. He mentioned that Tank's earlier goals might have shifted, with the possibility of retirement after just a few more fights. Ellerby also touched on the struggles that top athletes face, like the feeling of never being good enough despite their success. He emphasized the importance of balancing career and personal life, pointing out that while fans often want their favorite fighters to keep going, they sometimes overlook the toll boxing takes on a fighter's health.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
You still think that fight's possible? I know he might have a break after.
To the body by Garcia. And Davis responds with a straight left.
Tank's thoughts about retiring could be influenced by the growing competition from rising stars like Andy Cruz, Edwin de Los Santos, and Kezan Davis. While Davis is confident in his abilities, he likely realizes that facing these new challenges will demand even more effort. Ellerby also pointed out the harsh reality of boxing, where many fighters deal with lasting health issues. This could push Tank to seriously think about his future in the sport.
This is a hell of an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to conquer it. Everybody know what I'm coming here to do. If you don't, then shit, you gonna be in for a surprise. I know he won't be surprised. I think he actually.
It's still uncertain whether Davis will retire for good or if he'll come back in a year or so for the right offer. Given how popular he is, it's hard to believe Tank wouldn't be tempted by a big opportunity, which suggests his passion for the sport might not be entirely over. For now, we'll have to wait and see how he handles Roach in the ring. Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.